Today I'm sharing the story of how I went from this to this. And when I tell you it was effortless, I'm not kidding you even one little bit. So if you'd like to find out more, come along. I'll give you all the details. Welcome back. I'm Kimberly, and this is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. I'm really glad you're here today because I have an important story to tell you about a journey that I went on recently. Now, this is what I looked like 9 months ago. I know, wow, what a difference, huh? Well, the next thing that you're going to think is that this is a weight loss story, and it really isn't a weight loss story. It doesn't have anything to do with weight. It has to do with getting healthier. And I know that sounds maybe a little nebulous and confusing, but I promise you I will explain it all and it'll become very clear very quickly. I recently did my June favorites, and I featured the product that helped me make that transformation in my June favorites, and far and away the one that everyone made the most comments about and had questions about was, how that happened and what did I do to seemingly lose a lot of weight. I decided to make this little video to kind of answer the questions more specifically about what happened with my body. What you're looking at right now is how I looked just 9 months ago. And I was still traveling full-time. If you don't know, I traveled full-time for 2 years. When I was traveling, I was focusing on having fun. I wasn't caring about what I ate. I wasn't caring about how much exercise I got. I was mostly just focused on having fun. And before I knew it, I ended up looking very, very different than I ever had in my life. So, and looking back now, I didn't even realize how kind of out of control or out of shape or out of healthy looking that I'd really gotten. It's really kind of shocking for me to look at it. And I think it was one of those kind of things that it was just a gradual transformation, not in a good way, to where I really didn't realize what was going on with my body. Fortunately for me, I had met a very interesting woman. This woman was in her 70s, totally fit, totally limber. She's one of those people that could be standing straight up and drop down into sitting cross-legged on the floor in one swift move. That's something my teenagers used to be. I can't even do that. But she was very, very healthy. She had been a dietitian all her life and is now specializing in more organic and alternative nutrition. So people come to her when their bodies aren't working well, or they're having some kind of chronic illness or pain issues or whatever, and she kind of helps them work through and figure out what's going on with their body. Now, she's a very interesting woman. She's written a couple of books, a couple of cookbooks. She lectures. She's, really kind of a big deal in the area that she lives in. And I was fortunate enough to meet her. When we met, it wasn't all about her trying to fix me. That wasn't it at all. It was more of a social relationship. But I did take advantage of her knowledge and ask her, if you were to tell me 2 things that I can do to improve my health, what would they be? And this was her answer. She said, take Restore and eat organic. Well, that was kind of interesting. I had no idea what Restore was, and really I had not very much focused on eating organic. I guess I kind of thought that it wasn't that important, or the organic foods in the store weren't really organic. Anyway, it just wasn't things that I had been doing in my life on my own, but I did listen to her and I made some changes. Before I launch more into information about the Restore, I want to tell you a few things just about me so that you can put it in reference for yourself. First of all, I'm not a naturally thin person. Neither am I a naturally heavy person. I'm kind of a naturally normal person. On any given day, I'm most likely going to wear a size 10. There have been times in my adult life that I've worn a size 8 or a size 6, mostly when I was doing a lot of physical activity, hiking, kayaking, biking. But in general, I'm sort of a size 10. Now, do I care about my weight? Really not that much. I never make food choices based on the calories or the fat or whatever in it. I just don't live that way. If you do, that's great. Everyone gets to make their own choices and decide how they want to manage their body. I've just been more interested in my life in having fun, not necessarily being all hung up on my weight. And even at the time when I was looking like that, I wasn't really concerned about my weight. I don't get on the scale. I don't know how much weight I've lost since I looked like that to now. I just really don't care. But what I did care was about how my body was functioning and whether I was just generally healthy. And obviously from looking at that picture, you could see that I just really wasn't. When I was talking to this woman about just health in general, and more specifically about the things that I could do, I told her, I said, I think I put on a bit of weight lately. And she looked at me and she shook her head and she said, it's not the weight, it's leaky gut. Now, I'd heard the words leaky gut, and I'm telling you what, leaky gut needs a PR person, because is there anything you don't want to hear about less than leaky gut? I mean, that's just the worst words in the world. It's kind of like oozing wound. I mean, you just don't want to have anything to do with it. So the whole leaky gut thing, I think they need to improve the name, because as it stands now, who wants to learn about leaky gut? Well, long story short is that I did learn a few things about leaky gut. And what I know now is that when you're digesting food, there is the wall that holds that digestive system together. And when it loosens up and breaks apart, toxins that belong in your digestive system will get out into your bloodstream, and they will start a kind of domino effect throughout your body that really becomes a systemic inflammation. So when you look at that picture of me, what you're really looking at is not weight, it is a systemic inflammation of my whole body. You can see I look very, very puffy and very bloated, and that was from the leaky gut. Ugh, I hate those words, the leaky gut syndrome that I was really experiencing. So the next question you might be asking is, what's the big deal with leaky gut now? Why are we all of a sudden hearing about it? And I'm with you on that. I really thought it was kind of just a little buzzword scammy thing for them to sell new products or have a new condition they can diagnose you with. Well, it turns out that leaky gut is really probably impacted by a lot of the toxins out in our environment, specifically glyphosate, which is Roundup. So all the crops out there that are being grown with Roundup are getting, that Roundup is getting into our bodies, it's leaking out of our guts, and it's causing this systemic inflammation throughout our bodies. That's why I look so heavy in that picture. It wasn't so much that I was holding more fat onto my body, it's that all those toxins were building up, causing a body-wide inflammation, making me look tremendously bloated and tremendously puffy. And it wasn't just in my face, it was throughout my entire body. My belly, my legs, my thighs, everything was just puffy and bloated and just, showing a sense of overall ill health. The next step in this story is that I listened to this woman, and I actually did go onto Amazon and I bought the Restore. This is what the bottle looks like, and it's just a liquidy solution, and you take it every day. I take 1 tablespoon in the morning every morning. Now I take less than they actually recommend. They recommend 2 to 3 tablespoons per day. Sometimes I up it if I feel like I need it, but usually I just take 1 tablespoon per day. So I went onto the Restore website, and this is what they have to say about this product. Restore is a new generation soil-derived supplement that promotes an optimal gut environment. Really, can they not come up with a better word than gut? It's not a probiotic, it's not a prebiotic, rather it's a carbon-rich alkaline liquid comprised of a proprietary formulation of aqueous humic substances and trace mineral amino acid complexes. Restore has been shown in lab testing to increase and strengthen the tight junction protein in our gut lining, our front line of defense against environmental factors in our food, water, and even air, thereby impacting the immune system, as much of the body's immune system is in the gut lining. Additionally, a stronger gut lining keeps undigested foods and environmental elements such as herbicides and antibiotics used in farming from leaking out into the bloodstream from the intestines, so the immune system does not have to defend against these foreign invaders. In a nutshell, what this Restore does is simply change the bacterial makeup of your stomach. Can I say stomach instead of gut? I can hardly manage that word. It's the bacterial makeup of your stomach that really leads to intestinal health, and whether or not those toxins that are in our environment out there are going to leak out into your body and into your blood system. So again, when you look at that picture of me, it looks like I'm heavier than I am today. But I think what it is that my gut health is just a lot better. That the bacteria, and we're talking about advantageous bacteria, has a better, more healthy dynamic than when I was looking that bloated and that puffy. So when I say that this whole thing has been effortless, I am not kidding you, not even one little bit. I haven't changed my diet. I haven't changed my exercise really, other than I just hike when it's fun. I just take a teaspoon of this in the morning. That's about all I do. And it's made a dramatic impact on the way my body looks and the way my body feels. I feel so much better now. And it's because of the gut health, the stomach health that I have now that I didn't then. I do want to say this about my particular body, and it's not this way for everyone, but it might be this way for you. I have really noticed that when I eat a lot of wheat products, I will start getting that puffy, bloated look again. Apparently my body just doesn't like wheat. And there's a sense I have that it's not so much the gluten that is a problem for a lot of people. I'm not sure that it's the gluten for me. I have a sense that it's the glyphosate in the wheat, because wheat is so dense with glyphosate, or the Roundup residue now, in all our food sources, that my body just can't handle it. So I have cut out probably 80% of the wheat that I used to eat in my diet. I'll have some crackers here and there, or I'll have a cookie now and again, or that sort of thing, but I don't eat a sandwich, with 2 pieces of bread on it, and I don't put wheat in my diet every day. Now, do you need to cut out wheat? I don't know. There's a lot of people I know and a lot of friends I have that are quite thin, much thinner than me, who eat wheat all the time. I think it's just a body thing, and you kind of have to figure out what works for you. This Restore is a clear liquidy product. It just comes out of a little pour tube in the top, and I just pour it into a little teaspoon and drink it with my vitamin D every morning while my coffee is brewing. It's really an effortless thing. It doesn't really have a taste. It is easy to do, and the impact, at least for my body, has been terrific. If you feel like you're battling some weight or some bloatedness or puffiness that's just not coming off, I would really give you a recommendation to give this a try. It has worked wonders for me. I know that my friend, the nutritionist that I met who suggested this to me, really recommends it to all her clients. So I think good gut health, good stomach health is much more important than we think. If you have any questions about my puffiness or bloatedness journey, make sure you put them down below. I'm happy to answer any questions about this. I'm absolutely an open book. And again, this is not about weight loss. I'm not one of those kind of weight loss people that think that being thin is the only way to be. I think that being happy is the only way to be. I'm very pleased with my body exactly how it is. I'm a size 10, sometimes I'm a size 12, sometimes I'm a size 8. It just doesn't really matter to me. It's the happiness in the journey that matters to me. So if you have any questions about the Restore, or if you used Restore before and you've had an experience, please share it down below. We'd love to learn from you. And anything that I can share with you about my journey, I'm absolutely happy to. I hope you found this helpful. If I could shout from the rooftops about this particular product, I really would, because it's really one of the things that I think has made such a tremendous difference in my health and improved health, and it's so easy to do, and it's really quite affordable as well. I thank you for your time today. I hope this was something that you walk away and you feel like you have a little bit more good information about living a healthier lifestyle. I appreciate your time today. If you'd like to be subscribed and you're not, go ahead and click that red button down below. And if you'd like to be notified of when I do a new video, just click that notification bell and YouTube will give you a heads up. I thank you so much for your time. I'm just so tickled that you take a little bit of time out of your day to spend it with me. Have a wonderful day, a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.